Coming up in court today on Eye for an Eye.
No, I did not flash you, although you wish I did.
Listen here, little prostitute.
On the video, she's saying, "Ride me, cowboy," and, you know, just vulgar things.
In the court system, justice is not always just. That's why they bring their disputes here. Real people, real problems, real revenge.
You can't be doing it! You can't do this!
Justice is Eye for an Eye.
Hello, you guys are great. I'm Kato Kalin, and today on Eye for an Eye, we have a dispute where a Memorex recorded the sounds of sex. The plaintiff tried to record their baby's first words, but "ride me" wasn't supposed to be one of them. Turns out he wanted baby sounds, not the sounds of baby making. However, the defendant is sure his neighbors were spying on his swinging ways. He's out to prove the plaintiff is a perverted peeper.
They're liars and they're insane.
They are going to pay us that $1,200. They're not going to get away with it.
And I'm not going to let these perverts wrongly accuse us today. Eye for an eye will give us justice.
And that slut actually thinks I'm gonna take her leftovers? Whatever.
This is the case of Ride 'em, Cowboy, whose tape is going to be ejected. Only Extreme Akim can decide. Let's watch!
Let's all rise!
Mark Miller and Teresa Miller, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're bringing this action against your neighbors, Leo Olmos, is that you?
Yes.
And Diana Ramirez, correct?
Yes.
Is that you?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what you're bringing your case against them for.
Well, actually, sir, the defendant had damaged or actually broke our stereo equipment, TV stereo and VCR equipment.
Okay, and how did that come about?
Well, we had actually invited him over to our apartment to see a tape of our youngest daughter, two-year-old daughter,
Okay.
that we had taped her saying "dada," her first words.
And do you live in houses and apartments?
It's an apartment.
Okay, apartment.
Yes.
And your next door neighbors, direct next door neighbors, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then what happened?
And in showing this tape in the background, I mean, obviously you could hear our daughter talking, but in the very background, the defendants were actually, you could hear them having sex.
What do you mean you could hear them having sex?
You could hear them through the walls.
That's not the tape you showed us.
So, wait, let me get this straight. Okay, so you invited them over to see a tape that you had of your daughter first beginning to speak, is that correct?
Correct.
And you wanted to show them that on that tape that you picked up sounds of them having sex, is that what's going on?
Well, we recorded the tape to send off to my mother in Florida as a birthday gift.
Right.
And so we were trying to get my daughter to speak, our little daughter Lindsay, and saying her first words, "dada." And so we captured that, and then we just viewed it the first couple of minutes to make sure it did in fact get, and then we sent it off to my mother in Florida. Well, she was appalled, and we didn't know what she was talking about.
She heard the noise? She heard the sex
She
noise?
heard it, and she, yes.
It was quite embarrassing.
Your mother could hear it, but you couldn't hear it.
We just viewed the first couple of minutes.
You should have reviewed it before you sent it.
Did you hear the tape? Did you?
No, the tape was never presented to us.
We never heard it. So we don't know what she's talking about.
Tell me your version of the story then.
This is what happened. I don't know what tape they're talking about if they sent to their grandma's. I went over to the house to see them to show us a tape that they had. They was telling us, hey, this is the tape that we have. And what they showed us was an actual porno.
A porno tape?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, you didn't know about this freak show right here?
Yeah.
Oh, apparently
Remember that?
So when you're saying when you went over, instead of them showing you the baby tape, they showed you a porno tape?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Well, we sat down, we watched it, and they started talking about their whole swapping deal. They wanted us to go, I don't know, this freak show.
You mean swingers?
Yeah.
No, we did
Yes,
not.
we did.
No,
Yeah, and when we
I
saw
don't
the
think
video,
it could be two more different versions of any story. One's inviting for a baby, and one's saying that we're watching pornos. Now, what is it? I mean, did you show them a baby video, or did you show them a porno video?
Exactly. We showed them the baby video.
Oh, yeah.
We don't even have
you
a
showed
porno
us a
in our...
porno when your 2-year-old was
How
playing
believable
in the
is it for
living
you to
room.
send the videotape that you can't even listen to if we're moaning and groaning on it?
We
How did
heard
you
my
not
daughter
hear that
saying
before you
"Dada"
sent
on
it?
it. The first little part of it, and that's when we sent it off. And then my mother sends it back
What
to
did
us
you do?
and
Did
saying
you
what's
just
on
leave a
there.
recording to see when your kid was just going
Your
to say
Honor, we've
Dada?
called the cops on them before because of all that noise that they're making next door.
All that
Noise.
noise.
Noise, sweetheart.
all
we're
the
a
noise
couple.
that you're.
Show me an example of the type of noises they were making. What are you talking about?
On the video, well, I thought we had the video here. On the video, she's saying, "Ride me, cowboy," and, you know, just vulgar things.
What? Look, we watch a lot of westerns here. Well,
So when you called the police, what other kind of what other kind of noises did you hear when you called the
Well,
police?
she was moaning and groaning. I mean, it was normal sexual intercourse noises, which we don't have a problem
Well, we
with
wouldn't do it during the day if your little brat of a daughter wouldn't shut up at night.
Okay.
Do you have the tape?
We had presented an audio.
No, but we have our tape.
We use it as evidence.
What do you have as evidence?
The porno.
This is the evidence we have. This is the porno right here. This is what they showed us.
Okay, bring those here, Big Sugar Ray. How did you get the tape?
Well, they gave it to us.
No.
What else do you have there?
This.
That's a brochure
like to
that
explain?
that he gave me. I went to go wash some clothes or whatever, and he followed me because he likes, I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know. But anyway, he followed me to the laundromat, and then he showed me this brochure saying that they wanted to go to Jamaica because they have a group of swingers or whatever, and they needed a group discount because they're missing a couple.
Coming up next.
Are you two swingers?
No.
Okay.
But
okay.
even so,
even so, what do you mean?
And then I'm like, no, we're not into that. You know, we're not freaks like you and your wife. I don't know if your wife can't satisfy you, but I mean, that's her problem. Anyway, so he starts like messing with my panties and everything like that.
You're watching Eye for an Eye.
I don't think there could be two more different versions of any story. One's inviting for a baby, and one's saying that we're watching pornos. Now, what is it? I mean, did you show them a baby video, or did you show them a porno video?
Exactly. We showed them the baby video.
He followed me to the laundromat, and then he showed me this brochure saying that they wanted to go to Jamaica because they have a group of swingers or whatever, and they needed a group discount because they're missing a couple. I don't know, lame, but...
What are you doing following my girl?
I didn't want to tell you because I
Honestly,
upset
sir,
you, but...
We have no idea what they're even talking about.
That's it right there.
All right, I got
that's
here.
obviously what he's holding, but...
Hedonism 3 brochure. Did you give them that?
No, sir.
Yeah, you better watch your husband a little bit more.
Did you bring the tape?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you gave it to the bailiff. What portion of the tape did you bring?
It's further along into the video where we're trying to get our daughter to say "Dada."
Okay, and you just brought the audio part. Is that correct?
Well, we didn't want our daughter's face to be shown.
Okay. All right, Big Sugar Ray, you got the tape?
Yes, it's
okay.
ready. It's ready to party.
Play the audio tape for me.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah. Right, cowboy.
Hey, J-Lo, Mark Anthony over there. Is that you?
You know what I'm thinking?
saying?
They were spying on us. That's what
They
it was.
were.
They're trying to just see if we were be able to go. They're like, oh, well, look at these guys. They're always going at it.
That's how they figured that
what
we
we
were
do.
like the best candidates for their little group.
So I want to hear about the incident where he came over and that you're suing him for.
Right,
breaking
exactly.
your
I mean,
furniture.
the
Tell me
whole
what happened
point why
there.
we're here is because of the stereo equipment.
Okay, well, tell me how that happened.
Well, we were showing them the tape because obviously when her mother sent the tape back to us, appalled at what she heard.
Right.
We reviewed the tape.
Why don't you tell your mother that you're swapping partners?
Ma'am,
I mean,
Why not?
She's brought up a good point. I mean, I need to know from both of you. I mean, you're here in the courtroom. You know you're under oath. You got a judge with a bat. Are you two swingers?
No.
Okay.
But
okay,
even
well,
so,
even so, what do you mean?
See now,
Yeah,
it's coming
even
out.
so.
It's coming out. He knows. He
Tell
knows.
But
tell
I'm
your
trying
wife.
to-
Tell
what
your
I'm
wife
trying
about your
to
little
say-
trip to the laundromat. What'd you do?
What happened at the laundromat?
Well, I'm washing my clothes and whatever, and then he shows up with the brochure and everything, and then I'm like, no, we're not into that. You know, we're not freaks like you and your wife. I don't know if your wife can't satisfy you, but I mean, that's her problem. Anyway, so he starts like messing with my panties and everything like that.
I think you may have us confused with.
And I didn't tell him because I didn't want to bother my, my boyfriend because,
okay, so
obviously.
Honestly, I think you have us confused.
No, I didn't know
No,
about this.
I
I'm
don't
just
have
hearing
you
this right
confused.
now.
I don't.
I was mad enough about the damn porno I had to see, but now that this is going on.
And so tell me what happened that night then. What your version is when they destroyed the equipment.
Well, when they destroyed the equipment, he got very upset after seeing this tape because he thought we were spying on him. Obviously, we weren't spying on him because we were making this video of our daughter.
And he admitted he had had a few drinks before he came over to watch that tape.
Yeah, I was
so
watching a
he was
video.
flew off the
football
handle
game.
thinking that we were spying on them, and he starts smashing our equipment.
Okay, what's your version of it?
I had just finished taking just 1 or 2 beers. I was watching the game. It's what everybody does.
Is that every Sunday?
And then
You
we
reeked
get
of
the
alcohol.
invitation. No, we get the invitation. I go over there. I sit down, and then this is what we're watching. I get upset, and I'm like, we need to get out of here. And they're like convincing us, giving us smiles, like, oh, you're gonna love this. We're gonna
Yeah,
take you here.
well, their daughter, what's her name, Lindsay, whatever that little
Oh yeah,
girl's name
yeah. Oh,
is.
they were
You're saying
showing the
they play
porno.
the
while she-
porno with
Yeah.
the little 2-year-old?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
she was running around playing.
What?
And then what happened?
Well, at that point, I just couldn't take it. I was gonna leave, and he grabs me and tells me, no, you're gonna have fun. And that's when I push him, and I push his stereo out of the way, and I just walk out. I wasn't gonna take it. I mean, that's not who I am, and that's not what I'm gonna do. They
Okay.
can swap whatever they want to do, swap spit.
First
swap.
of all, you knew the exact reason why you were coming to the apartment. Because
Okay, yeah. Okay, when did you invite us?
This has been going on since.
When did you
y'all
invite us?
moved in.
You went to our apartment.
This has been going
at 2
on
o'clock in the
since
morning.
you moved into your apartment 3 months
Why are you
ago.
going to go to our apartment
They're
at 2
upset
o'clock in
because
the
we called
morning?
the cops on them. We have the police report.
I'll see that. Who's your witness over there?
That's my brother.
Okay, stand up, sir. What's your name?
Jacob Hernandez.
Well, you look awfully familiar.
Now, why do you say he looks familiar?
He's on the video.
He's on the video you gave me?
I have
Yeah.
no idea what they're talking about.
Main actor right here.
I guess it runs in the family, huh?
Judge,
Is
he
it in the
looks
family?
familiar.
Judge, I looked familiar because I was there when he personally attacked and trashed this stuff. He started getting upset, everything, and out of nowhere, he just kicked the TV, knocked everything out, because obviously these people lying, they denying everything they do crack, wife, flashes, everything.
You don't know crap. When you come to my door at 2 o'clock in the morning saying that you want to talk about something important or whatever, and I have some sheets over me, I mean, what do you expect? And no, I did not flash you, although you wish I
Listen
did.
here, little prostitute. All I know.
Prostitute.
Yes, that's what you want.
Prostitute.
Hold on.
Sorry, turn around.
Hold on,
There
because
she
you
is.
weren't in there, you little porno freak.
You
You're
can't
the
be
one-
All right, I've heard enough. I'll go back and get Sugar Ray, look at this video. I'll review the rest of the evidence, and I'll be back with my decision. Thank you.
You know, it's listening to your case and hearing some of these things about the, you have this the baby tape and the confused with the porno tapes kind of spliced together. I guess it's really bad when you start hearing with the baby going, "Who's your dada?" It could happen. You have a question right here. Stand up.
Yes, I'd like to know why you had them over to your house. If those were their sex noises, what were you trying to accomplish by having them listen to them again?
We don't have a problem with them having sex because everybody does, but we wanted them to be aware how loud they were.
Why didn't you watch it all the way through to make sure that there wasn't anything that like coincided with your daughter?
That's a good question.
Well, because we had no idea. We just saw the first couple of minutes, and it was our daughter and everything, and I wanted to get it in the mail to my mom.
Did you go out and buy that tape that you said that they showed you?
Oh, no. The night they came, like at 2 o'clock in the morning, he told us that he wanted to talk to us. So then when we went, they had the tape ready. And we figured it was probably something else about their daughter, that little girl, whatever.
Because that's what they mentioned.
Yeah, they mentioned the little girl, so we're like, okay, well, friendly neighbors, we'll just go on over, and watch a video, and then they showed us the porno.
It's really not up to us. We can only have opinions. It's up to one person, of course, and that person is Judge Extreme Akim, and we're going to find out his decision right now.
Coming up next.
I went back and looked at the tape. Well, when I heard that tape that said "Ride 'em Cowboy," it reminded me of a rodeo I went to about a couple weeks ago.
You're watching Eye for an Eye.
Well, you look awful familiar.
Now, why do you say he looks familiar?
He's on the video.
He's on the video you gave me?
I have
Yeah.
no idea what they're talking about.
Main actor right here.
I guess it runs in the family, huh?
Judge, he
In the
looks
family?
familiar.
Judge. Let's all rise!
All right. I went back and looked at the tape, and he is not on that tape, which means you two came in here and gave this court a bunch of baloney and a bunch of BS, which means that you're going to have to pay for the damage to their property, which is $1,210. Well, when I heard that tape that said, "Ride 'em, Cowboy," it reminded me of a rodeo I went to about a couple weeks ago, so I'm going to allow you two to enter into a calf roping contest. Where I know of one where the winner gets $1,000. If you get the calf, you use that money and you pay them. If not, you pay out of your own pocket. Now that's justice.
Here we are at Resisto Arena in beautiful Mesquite, Texas, where there is a rodeo. And you guys are going to be roping a calf today. Are you excited? Yeah. I'm excited to watch you guys. Have you roped a calf?
No.
No.
Never. Well, I'm not going to just leave you hanging here because I got a friend named Rusty Rice, who's a champion roper. He does a lot of calf roping. Rusty, come on in here. You're going to be teaching my friends how to do some roping.
I'm going to teach you how to rope a calf today at the Resisto Arena tonight, a horseback. And luckily, somebody's going to walk off with a lot of cash.
Let's calf rope some stuff. Good luck, guys.
All right, I'm going to go through the parts of the rope. It's going to be real simple, and everybody's going to rope safely. All these ropes are about 25 to 30 foot long. They're called poly ropes. You'll hold about 3 coils in your left hand, one on the outside a little bigger, a little smaller, and a little smaller. Looks like a funnel, so when you throw it at the calf, it all comes out of your hand real easy.
The judge's verdict was correct, definitely correct. He made the right decision. Well, we were going to enter the contest anyway because we really wanted to stick it to them. We want the money to come out of their pockets, and that's why we figure if we're here, we can kind of
double our money.
And make it worthwhile.
I have not done any calf roping. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun.
Looks pretty interesting. Even though we haven't done it before, we've got an advantage because we've ridden horses, whereas people who haven't ridden horses, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them because they've never even been in that type of situation before.
The chance that we got from the judge to get the $1,000 to pay them back, you know, it's good because I don't have to pay it out of my pocket. And that way it's fair, but I just didn't think it was fair that
It's not necessary.
that we had to end up paying. But you know what? I'm going to go out there and I'm going to win this, and I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah. Just the fact that you think you can follow me around and you got away with you being swingers and everything and trying to get us into your little, your little game. Don't think that you're going to win this time. And
Because we're going to win this, and I'm going to make sure that I embarrass you guys out there. This is
maybe
ridiculous.
then you'll stay with your wife and leave me alone for a change.
Whoa, you guys actually look like cowboys and cowgirls. Now listen, someone's going to win some cash here. The closest to actually roping a calf. Of course, I don't know a lot about roping calves, and I guess Extreme Akim, you probably don't either.
But I got a friend here, Cato. I brought my good friend, the Texas judge from Texas Justice, Judge Larry.
Hey, Larry, how you guys doing?
Okay.
You
Tell
got
the people what to do.
You got them set up to rope a dope? Well, I got their horse for them. I'm gonna stick up for justice. Get on that horse and ride, cowboy. You got 2 minutes to rope a calf. First one that ropes it wins the contest. Good luck to both sides and stay aboard.
Lots of cash, lots of cash.
Money time.
All right, good luck.
You know, the strategy that I had when I was going out there is that I had to be more aggressive than the other team to get those calves. I let the rope go, and it caught one of the legs, but just threw me to the ground. It was pretty bad. I did not expect something that small to be so strong. It pretty much just knocked me off of my feet.
I was so proud of him because when he did that, I was just like, oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Get that horse! Pick up that rope! Hurry, cowboy! Go get him! Go get him! Hang on, cowboy! Cowboy! Hang on!
Larry, they all did a great job. I don't know who won. You're going to have to tell me who won.
Well, it's a tough decision, Judge, and I got to balance some equities, you know. They kind of staked out one old calf and limbered him up, and they jumped on him trying to cut him up and eat him. It's kind of hard for me to say which way justice ought to go in this case, but I think equities balance out. We got winner right here.
Well, you saw yourself. Today, justice was calf roping and some really skinny horses. Until next time, I'm Cato Kalin for Eye for an Eye.
Even though it didn't work out here tonight as far as winning, you know, double the cash, oh well. It's no skin off our backs. At least we get what we went to court for.
Exactly.
It all worked out for us in the end.
Sorry for you guys. I'm sorry, but we won.
And now you can stay home and take care of your husband.
Or do whatever freaky stuff you guys were doing before.
Yeah.